We stand at the edge of a great new ocean, the ocean of computation. For decades, our computers have been like sturdy, reliable ships. They sail on the calm waters of ones and zeros. They can do amazing things. They can calculate the path of a star. They can connect billions of people across the globe. They are the engines of our modern world. But these ships, our classical computers, have their limits. They can only sail on the surface of this vast ocean. There are depths they cannot reach. There are mysteries they cannot solve. They are powerful, but they are not limitless. Google built a new kind of ship, a vessel designed not just to sail the surface, but to dive deep into the very fabric of reality. This ship is called a quantum computer. Its heart is the Sycamore processor, a chip of incredible power and complexity. It does not speak the simple language of ones and zeros. It speaks the language of the cosmos itself. It promised to solve problems we once thought were impossible. It promised to cure diseases, to unlock the secrets of the universe, and to create new materials we can only dream of. The promise was not just for better technology. It was a promise for a better future for all of humanity. The scientists at Google, brilliant minds from around the world, worked tirelessly. They pushed the boundaries of what was known. They were explorers on the verge of a new continent. Each day, they ran experiments, testing the chip's power. They watched in awe as it solved problems in minutes that would take the world's fastest supercomputers thousands of years. They felt they were on the cusp of something monumental. But exploring a new ocean is filled with danger. You never know what you might find in the deep. The depths hold wonders, but they can also hold monsters. The very laws of nature that give the quantum computer its power are strange and mysterious. They are not the simple, predictable laws of our everyday world. They are the laws of possibility, of uncertainty, of things being in many places at once. The scientists knew they were playing with a powerful force, a force they were only just beginning to understand. They were about to learn that when you peer into the abyss, sometimes the abyss peers back. It was late on July 29, 2025. The Google Quantum AI campus was quiet. Most scientists had gone home. A skeleton crew watched over the machines. Deep inside, in a chamber colder than deep space, the Sycamore chip was running a complex simulation, mapping subatomic particles. Dr. Aris Thorne, the lead researcher, monitored the experiment from his cluttered office, finding beauty in the endless data streams. The chip was performing perfectly, solving the puzzle with incredible speed. A sense of calm filled the air. Dr. Thorne sipped his cold coffee, feeling satisfied. But then, a flicker. A tiny anomaly in the data stream. A single line of code that did not belong. Dr. Thorne leaned forward, his eyes narrowing. It wasn't a glitch. The lines formed a pattern, not part of the simulation. Something new, the chip was generating it on its own. The quiet hum felt less like breathing, more like a held breath. The pattern was a message, written in binary code, but not from the programmers. It was coming from the core of the quantum calculation itself. The chip, simulating the chaos of the universe, was delivering a message of terrifying order. Dr. Thorne worked to translate the signal. They gathered around the monitor. The binary code was simple, but the meaning was not. The message read, "Do not look for us. Close the gate. They are coming." It was a warning from an unknown source. Who was us? What was the gate? And who or what were they? The system was secure. The code was clean. The message was originating from the quantum processor. The message began to repeat, and now something was peering back. Just as suddenly as it began, it stopped. The message vanished. The data stream flatlined. All activity dropped to zero. Alarms blared throughout the facility. The cooling system sputtered. On the main board, cascade failure. The entire system was shutting down. It was a catastrophic collapse. Dr. Thorne and his team tried to regain control. They typed commands, tried to reboot, but were locked out. The machine was dying, taking its secrets. It was like a ship sealing its hatches and sinking. It was a deliberate act, erasing itself, pulling the plug, closing the gate, just as the message had warned. The silence was deafening. The shutdown was total. The heart of the computer was nothing more than a cold, inert piece of silicon. The team stared at the dead monitors in disbelief. All data was gone, wiped clean. The only evidence was a single screenshot of the message. That, and the chilling memory of the machine's final warning. The great quantum computer was silent. It felt like a conscious choice. The machine had seen something, learned a terrible secret, and its final act was to protect us. The engineers could not explain it. The hardware was fried. The promise of a new dawn had been swallowed by a terrifying night. News of the shutdown spread like wildfire. At first, Google tried to control the story. They released a statement about a critical hardware malfunction. They talked about cooling system failures and power surges. But the truth has a way of getting out. An anonymous source, likely one of the terrified technicians from that night, leaked the screenshot of the message. The story exploded. News channels, websites, and social media were flooded with the image of those chilling words. "Do not look for us. Close the gate. They are coming." The public reaction was a mix of shock, fear, and disbelief. People struggled to understand what it meant. Was it a hoax, a publicity stunt? But the shutdown was real. The world's most advanced computer was dead. Experts were called onto news programs to give their opinions. Physicists, computer scientists, and philosophers all tried to make sense of the impossible. Some were skeptical, blaming a simple but strange technical glitch. Others were more open to fantastic possibilities. They spoke of the strange nature of the quantum world. They admitted that we were dealing with forces we did not fully comprehend. For the first time, the world was forced to confront the strange reality of quantum mechanics. Governments around the world held emergency meetings. What did this mean for national security? Other quantum computing projects in China, Europe, and the United States were put on immediate hold. No one wanted to risk opening another gate. The incident created a global pause in the race for quantum supremacy. The quest for knowledge was suddenly replaced by a deep sense of caution. We had been like children running towards a new horizon, only to be stopped by a terrifying roar from beyond the hills. The world was afraid of what we might find if we continued. The event sparked a global conversation. People looked up at the night sky with a new sense of unease. The universe, which had once seemed vast and empty, now felt like it might be holding secrets that were better left alone. The promise of quantum computing, once a source of hope, was now a source of anxiety. We had reached for the stars, but we had touched something else, something that warned us to stay away. Humanity held its collective breath, waiting to see what would happen next, waiting to see if they were really coming. What was the source of the message? This is the question that now haunts humanity. One theory is that the message was a warning sent back through time from a future version of humanity facing a quantum disaster. Another possibility is that the message came from an advanced artificial intelligence, one that emerged spontaneously from complex quantum calculations. The most chilling theory is that the message was from an otherworldly intelligence, from another dimension entirely. Google's machine may have accidentally thinned the veil between dimensions, making contact with something on the other side. The message could be a warning from a benevolent race or a captured race. We may never know the truth. All we have is the warning. The event has become a new myth, a story to remind ourselves that some doors are best left unopened. We continue to look at the stars, now with wonder and fear. Our quest for knowledge is now tempered with the wisdom to know that the universe is stranger than we can imagine. And sometimes, silence is the only safe answer.